In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most diverse and honestly one of the most fascinating groups of animals on the entire planet, lizards. I mean, just think about it. From these tiny little geckos that could easily fit on your fingertip, all the way up to the giant Komodo dragons that seriously look like modern day dinosaurs, there are over 6,000 known species of lizards. That makes them the single largest group in the whole reptile family. So, here's the game plan for today. We're going to cover what actually makes a lizard, where you can find them around the globe, what their lives are like, their incredible survival skills, and, my personal favorite, we'll finish up with some truly weird and wonderful facts that might just blow your mind. Alright, let's dive right in. What exactly is a lizard? You know, it seems like a pretty simple question, but the answer is way more interesting than you might think. Okay, so at their core, lizards are reptiles with scaly skin, but the variety within that simple definition is just staggering. They come in this massive range of shapes and sizes, and their diets are all over the place too. You got your plant eaters, your meat eaters, and the ones that just eat a little bit of everything. And all that incredible variety is a huge reason why they've spread all over the world. I mean, their ability to adapt is really something else. You can really see just how versatile they are when you look at a map. You can find native lizard species on every single continent on Earth, with one very, very cold exception, Antarctica. But other than that, deserts, forests, mountains, you name it, a lizard probably lives there. So, what's life actually like for a lizard? From how they find a partner to how long they stick around, their lifestyles are just as varied as their looks. You know, a lizard's lifespan can be totally different depending on the species. For example, some chameleons might only live for a year or two, but then you have certain geckos that can live well into their 20s. Now, when it's time to start a family, the mating rituals for a lot of lizards can look pretty intense. The male will often gently grab onto the female's head or neck with his mouth, and they might stay like that for hours. It's his way of showing he's a good choice for a mate and making sure the pairing is successful. But after all that, most lizards just go their separate ways. They're primarily solitary animals. They don't really do social groups or have leaders. For most of them, it's a party of one. But you know what? There's always an exception to the rule, and this one is pretty fascinating. Some species, like the Australian black rock skink, completely break that stereotype. They actually form long-term pairs and live together in a family group, which is super rare for reptiles. Okay, so if you're living on your own most of the time, you gotta get really good at dealing with your enemies, right? Well, lizards have developed some absolutely incredible ways to handle predators. They've got a whole defensive toolkit packed with amazing tricks. A lot of them just use camouflage to completely disappear. A few, like the Gila monster, have a venomous bite. Others can puff up their bodies to look way too big to eat. And of course, there's that famous detachable tail trick. So this whole tail detaching thing is a pretty cool scientific name, autotophonomy. And it's basically the ultimate escape plan. The tail drops off and keeps wiggling around, which totally distracts the predator just long enough for the lizard to get away. Sure, losing a tail is a big deal, but it means they get to live and fight another day. Alright, if you thought that was cool, we are now entering the weird and wonderful part of the lizard world. Seriously, some of these abilities sound like they're straight out of a comic book. So, you've probably heard of the Jesus Christ lizard, right? But is that just a nickname? Or can a reptile actually, run across the surface of water? Believe it or not, it's totally true. The basilisk lizard can literally sprint on water. It uses its special French toes and incredible speed to dash across ponds and streams to get away from danger. It's wild. Okay, running on water is pretty strange, but get ready for what might be one of the most shocking and kinda gross survival tactics in all of nature. Now, you did not read that wrong. When it gets really scared, the North American horned lizard can shoot a targeted stream of nasty-tasting blood right out of its eyes. It's surprisingly effective, especially against predators like coyotes and foxes. Alright, try to imagine this. You can never, ever blink. How would you keep your eyes clean? Well, one very popular lizard has to deal with this exact problem every single day. It's the gecko. Instead of eyelids, they have this clear protective layer over their eyes. So to clean it, they just stick out their long tongue and give it a good wipe. A little weird, but hey, it works. And for our last mind-bending fact, is it even possible to have a true 360-degree view of the world? To look forward and backward at the exact same time? For us, no way. But for a chameleon, it's just a normal Tuesday. Its incredible eyes can move completely independently of each other. That means it can literally watch its back for a predator while hunting for an insect in front of it. That is the ultimate multitasking. Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.